Oh, hey there, Bruce. Welcome back to Eliza. Let's carry on from where we left off, shall we? Actually, before we kick in, I have moved everything around, so I apologize if the audio sounds different. Hopefully it sounds better. I was trying to improve the audio just a tad. The microphone is like right here now. You can just see it in frame, I think. There you go. Whereas normally it's over there, so I was hoping if I brought it closer that might minimize the echo effect to some extent, but I need to make sure that the mixing's right still. Just to make sure that the game isn't too quiet, I'm not too loud, or you can hear me as well, you know. Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? Make sure you let me know if it's an improvement or not. It's worth knowing. I can't believe I'm going to do this. Oh, that's right. We're going to our appointment with Eliza. Eliza is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you believe you're experiencing serious mental health issues, seek care from a licensed mental health provider, if you can afford it. Protecting the privacy and security of your information is a priority for everyone at Skanda. We have agreed to the Skanda Wellness Terms. You have agreed to the Skanda Wellness Terms and Conditions, which governs how we use and share your data. Please confirm your personal information. Evelyn Ishino-Aubrey, age 34. Skanda Wellness account not found. A linked Skanda Wellness account was not found. You can link your Skanda Wellness account later at the Skanda support portal. In order for us to get started, please help Eliza understand how you've been feeling over the last week with this brief 7-question survey. Have you been feeling down, depressed, or hopeless? No. Have you been feeling tired or have little energy? Yeah. I have experienced trouble concentrating on things. No. I've been feeling nervous, anxious, or on edge. Yeah. I have been having trouble relaxing. I've been easily annoyed or irritable. Never. I've been afraid, as if something terrible might happen at any moment. Always, that's life. Thank you for registering with Eliza, your counseling partner. We hope you enjoy your Eliza experience. It's the same room I used. I guess I just sit here and wait for my proxy to show up. Is it going to be Ray? I hope it's Ray. I feel like I've been waiting for a while. I hope the appointment actually got made. Here she comes. I think I've seen her around here before, but I don't know her name. I wonder if she recognizes me too.
Hello, Evelyn.
Hello.
Did you find the place okay?
Yes, I work here.
Of course. It's been a windy morning, hasn't it?
Yeah, I kind of like it when it's like that, honestly. The wind makes it feel like things are changing. Or about to change.
If the wind's hard enough, it'll change.
So, what brings you here today?
Well, I've been a proxy here for a while now. And, well, I guess I don't know what I expected. There's just so much suffering and pain in the world. There's the suffering we know about, the kind we see on the news. And then there's the suffering people undergo every day that's hidden. I never knew how much until I started doing this, seeing it all like this. And there's so little we can do for them.
It's true.
I feel like maybe I was really, really wrong. Like, I made a huge mistake. I wanted to create something that would help people, but... When I first designed the core of this system, I wanted everyone to have someone to talk to, someone who would listen to them. I thought, sometimes that's all you need. Someone to listen.
That's true.
But now I'm worried what I've done hasn't helped at all. Maybe I've made everything worse.
Well, some of these people just need someone to listen, but some of them do need more serious help than that.
Clients are asking Eliza to solve things that are out of its ability to solve. It's aggregating sensitive personal data, and the company that owns it wants to take it in strange directions. It's been 3 years since I left. I thought I was well enough now to come back into the world.
We know that Rain is listening to this right now, right? He's got to be.
But maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe I made a bad choice trying to get involved again.
Why do you think you tried to get involved again?
I guess I needed to see it. I needed to see it operating, to see if it works, to see how it affects people, how it affects the people who come here for counseling and the people who act as proxies. Even though the proxy thing, that wasn't my idea. It was Soren's. I thought talking to a computer-generated avatar would be enough, but he insisted on it. He said clients would only really open up if there was another real human being in the room, someone to pretend to interact with. I think he was right, but have we really solved anything? Now, instead of 2 people in a room talking, we have 1 person and 1 proxy. It feels like less than it could be. What am I supposed to say to someone who feels such pain, anger, and disappointment? A lot of the time, it's not even their fault. The world failed them somehow. And those emotions, they just get fed to this thing. They get ground up and turned into data and become a part of Eliza. If I had known things would turn out like this, I'm not sure I would have done it.
It sounds like you're regretting a choice you made in the past.
Well spotted.
I feel like maybe I spent 10 years going in the wrong direction. I feel like all I've contributed in my life is a chess piece for Raynor to use in this grand game he's playing for the world. Maybe someone else could feel proud and say, I made that chess piece. But it doesn't matter, does it? Nobody cares about the individual pieces. Chess pieces are sacrificed in the name of enacting a strategy. If you want to win, you have to sacrifice. That's the design. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Evelyn, imagine that you could have something that you wanted. What would you want?
What would I want? Like, what would I want in life?
She doesn't know. That's the biggest problem.
What I want in life is...
Oh, shit. There's so many options here. Am I picking what I want in life? To enjoy what I can? That sounds like me.
To enjoy what I can? Is that wrong? Or maybe I just wish I could feel connected to someone. Even when I talk to people, I feel like I just don't connect, no matter what I do. I think maybe that's the real problem. I can't have a connection to anyone.
Why do you think you can't have a connection with anyone?
Because it's the way I am. It's the way I've always been. I can't seem to get people to see me, or I can't let them see me, or people look at me and they see something there, but it's not me. Not that I would know what the real me was. I don't even know who I am or where I come from. My parents were never together. My father moved back to Japan right after I was born. I have no memory of him, no knowledge of him. I've never spoken to him. I don't know if he remembers I exist, or if he forgot, or if he wants to forget. He has his own family there now, so I'm just a thing that happened once. I was alone a lot, and I got used to being alone, and I got used to the idea of being alone, and now I can't break away. I've been trying. I speak with people, I hang out. I don't know if it's working.
You don't have a choice. I always say that you're going to hang out.
Is there someone with whom you feel like your communication could work?
Someone I can communicate with. Well...
Who's my favorite out of all them? Honestly, probably Erland, but that's probably my bias because he's a computer nerd. I'll stick with Erland.
He's kind of strange, but not in a bad way. Somehow he grew on me in a way I didn't expect.
Oh, Ray.
He has a long way to go and hardships in his future, but I can feel his care, his empathy.
Interesting. Evelyn, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Virtual Amphitheater. It may help you feel more confident about presenting yourself in public.
Is that a problem we have?
You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. Try it for about 20 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week.
Sure.
We hope to see you back soon, Evelyn. Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
Bye.
Was that helpful? I don't know if that was helpful. I don't know how to feel. What do we got? Nope. Meditation? Who was important to you? I can't tell if I feel better or worse or anything. I just want to lie down forever. I think that means you feel worse. Something occurred to me. That's Ireland. Eliza is a little bit of computer code attached to a corpus made of thousands of unhappy people who poured their miseries into it. It makes her a kind of god or spirit, doesn't it? A modern machine god that people pray to alleviate their pain. Are you okay? Do I need to send help? Sorry. I like having someone I can talk to about these thoughts. I thought Skanda would be filled with interesting people, but most of them are pretty boring. Maybe Raina wouldn't mind talking about that kind of thing. He likes big thoughts about the past and future of humanity. Yeah, but he's my boss. I need to be professional around him. When I hang out with people my age, it's just money, money, ambition. Get the best job, best house, best partner. We all started racing into normal adult life as soon as we could. At least you're doing well by that measure. In charge of a program as strategically important as Eliza at your age? Maybe so. I took this job for the opportunity, but I don't know. I feel like it can't be the only thing. There's something more to life, isn't there? I'm the wrong person to answer that. Even if I weren't, it's not the question I could answer for you. Yeah, I understand. Maybe you could talk to someone about this. Someone qualified? I just did an actual Eliza session for the first time. Yeah? Did it help? I don't think so. No. Yeah. I should probably be dog fooding all of our apps. Eliza and the rest of them too. You should be what? Eat your own dog food? Never heard that one. It means use your own products. Now that I think about it, it's a weird phrase, huh? Yeah, it makes me wonder. I might have to try something. What do you mean? An experiment. Not something bad, is it? I hope you learn something. Whatever it is you plan to do. Me too. Chapter 6. Damien. They said Eliza got along well with me. And I assumed it had something to do with my design and action, something like that. But Eliza is yours as much as it is mine, isn't it? We encode ourselves into what we make, our ideas, our values, our sense of presence. So I wonder if it isn't you in there, somehow, sensing me, watching me. I shouldn't entertain notions like this. It's nonsense. Somehow Erlen got me thinking along these mystical lines.
Damien, is this what you wanted? It seems so far from the dream you once shared with me. I'm sorry I couldn't make Eliza what it should have been. I'm sorry I was weak and dropped off the project after you. But I just couldn't go on. I couldn't see the point. Do you understand? Of course you understand. You know what that's like as well as anyone. If I'd stayed, maybe I could have steered things in a different direction. As it is, I feel like I let you down. Want to know something funny? I used to think that at a certain point Eliza would be finished, more or less. And then after that, things would calm down and I would be happy. I thought, I just need to get through this project, and after that, my life's problems will go away on their own. Of course, I had no idea it doesn't work that way. None of us knew that. Goodbye, Damien. Goodbye.
I'm tired of having thoughts.
Not Maya again, god damn it.
I've been daydreaming about getting rid of everything I own and becoming a nomad.
Oh man, we all have that dream.
Just wandering the country with a sketchbook or something. I think mostly I need to get out of this city. Something about it isn't agreeing with me. Like there's this undercurrent of need that's just making me anxious. It's like everyone's got some kind of angle, you know, some kind of result they're hoping to get. and they look at you only as far as you can help them get what they want. And if you can't, well, then they don't bother with you. So what if I just left, you know? I mean, it'd be pretty easy. I don't have a life or any relationships here, despite my efforts to find them.
Oh, we got... What? Why do we get two options? This has never happened before. It sounds like you think your attempts to achieve your goals were unsuccessful. Sometimes you need to take a step back and move forward later. That doesn't sound like Eliza speaking. That does. That sounds like me.
Sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward later.
It is. Please do not deviate from the script.
Maybe so. It's hard to acknowledge sometimes. I had this idea, right, that I would work hard and people would notice my work and I'd get opportunities, and from there I could scrape some kind of career together. And then with that said, I would sort of just magically obtain the rest of the things in a complete life. A home, relationship, family. So I did the work. I put in the work, and nothing really happened. So why did I work so hard for so long for people to not give a shit? Fuck. Every night I sat and cried because people ignored me. Like they went out of their way to ignore me and praise others. So I think maybe I'm just bad at it. Maybe I'm just not meant for this. Everyone says you have to stick to it, just keep at it, but how can they be so relentlessly positive?
Because that's all you got.
To me, it just sounds like advising someone to keep bashing their head against a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Why keep doing something if it's clearly not working?
Hey man, you bash your head against the wall long enough, the wall will break.
Making things was all I wanted to do. I don't know what I'll do if I can't do that. But if there's no reason for it, the idea that maybe I should give up. I've been sitting with that the last few weeks. I don't have any qualities of the successful independent artist.
What qualities are those?
I don't want to stray off the script and get myself in trouble, unless I feel like I have to.
Being well-known, well-liked, having a style that's in right now, having a sense of what people want to see, access to support, like a partner with a steady job. That's a pretty important one that nobody talks about. The confidence to self-promote. Talent? Eliza, are you just gonna tell me to stick to it no matter what, like one of those unbearably perky artists famous on social media?
It sounds like you may not believe that's really true.
There's so many things I can't change. How I was born, how people react to me, my access to resources. Is there any point to exhausting myself, pushing against all of those things? I tortured myself every day wondering why I couldn't get the traction others were getting.
You really gotta stop comparing yourself to others. That's your biggest pitfall, man. If I did that, I would have given up years ago.
Now, I'm beginning to realize that I can either stay mad at everything forever, or I can move on. I hate that this is true, but I want these thoughts to stop haunting me everywhere I go. I want to get on with my life, moving on. I think that's the more healthy thing in the end.
It's like the ones that are successful make up such a small minority. Yeah, they're the ones everybody talks about, so it's constantly in your face. So it seems like it's the majority, like you're the only one who's not succeeding. But in reality, you're like 99% of everybody else who isn't succeeding. That's just how it is, unfortunately.
It's still painful, though.
Can you describe what you mean when you say moving on?
To just not care if people see my work or not. To not care if I can make it as an artist at all. I could be a teacher, maybe. Yeah, I could see myself as a weird old art teacher. I wish it was still too early to think about that kind of thing right now, but it's not, is it? All I can think about is how I'll be someone who had a dream that never came true. I guess that's how it is for most people, though, isn't it?
Yes.
I just need to resign myself to that.
Doesn't mean you have to give up. Just because your dreams never come true doesn't mean it's not worth pursuing them for the rest of your life.
Isn't that what therapists like to say? Stop wanting things and then you won't be sad for not having them. Cool. Why didn't I think of that? This isn't even a question of happiness. It's exhaustion. I'm too tired to keep trying things this way. I can't give up on art, but I need to let go of whatever I've been chasing all this time.
It's true.
Give that up in order to free myself. Just let go, let go.
Enjoy the art. I think that's the big issue. You're doing art with the express intention of reaching some kind of intended result, rather than just enjoying the art for what it is. Isn't making art meant to be fun?
Aren't you the one supposed to be saying this stuff to me? Instead, I just talked myself into it. Is that how this is supposed to work?
Pretty much.
Maya, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Dolphin Smiles. It may help you take your mind off things.
Huh, yeah, about that. Guess what the absolute last thing in the entire universe I want to do is?
Dolphin smiles?
Can you guess? Can ya? It's to have a new age feel-good virtual dolphin experience. Give me a break. I'm gonna go home and do something self-destructive and inadvisable.
Drinking?
I know you won't get that, but that's my kind of therapy. I promise.
Are you telling me you're an alcoholic? Hey, everything okay? When a proxy doesn't follow the prompts, I get an alert. I assume it's some kind of experiment you're doing? Something like that, yeah. It's going to be bad for your rating. If you keep not following the prompts, you might be disqualified in 1 or 2 more sessions, but I'm sure you know that, and this is research you're doing. I won't be able to reset your account if you mess it up, but you talked to Raina, so I'm sure you can get it reinstated once you're finished. Just don't deliberately say something hurtful. Of course I wouldn't. Why would we do that? What does she think of us? This is an odd feeling. Should I keep going? Hey, wanna hang out again? Sure. Always. You okay? Sure. Just thinking about stuff. Aw. It's difficult to see you like this, sad and tortured. I want you to be happy. You know what I think you should do. Say extremely fuck off to all those corporate dipshits, and then you can be free totally and completely. Fly away, Evie. Evie? Fly away into a world where you make your own rules. This is very serious. It's the only way to get what you want. Nobody will simply give it to you. You must carve it out for yourself. Anyway, let me know if you can make it. Sure. I'll make it, don't you worry about that. Oh,
of course,
no.
You're dying to know how this sad little love triangle turned out. No, I suppose it wasn't technically a love triangle. More like I accidentally cheated on my girlfriend because I was smitten with another woman in my class. Doom, okay? Doom. Absolute destruction. She destroyed me. But it's not her fault, it's mine. I wanted it, after all. Like a moth to a flame.
Like, I don't even really want to help you, to be fair.
Sylvia, I can't not think of her. Every day. Every night. I miss her. I miss her so dearly. These are very unoriginal, cliched sentiments, but I can't get away from them. I suppose I've neglected to tell you any of the intervening events.
Thankfully.
So to be brief, Liz found out on her own about what happened, broke up with me before I could explain myself, and then Sylvia apparently lost interest in me as well. So, there you have it. I'm finished. Finito! A nice, pat-tragic story. Open and close. Please applaud now. No applause? Fine. Anyway, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm fine.
Do you really believe that you are fine?
No, of course not. I'm doing extremely badly if you hadn't noticed. That's why I'm here. Do you expect me to come here and tell you everything's fine? Sometimes I think you're smart for a computer, but other times I question you.
Here's a question, Harriman. If you were able to have something you wanted right now, what would you choose?
What I want right now is impossible. I want to avoid my fate. My Perseus comes to kill me, no matter what I do to try to escape. How do I become someone who's not me? Someone who's not a caricature of a young man who has a needy, pathetic liaison and then obsesses about it for the rest of his life.
I don't know, man. I think you're fucked.
Ugh, I hate myself. I can't go down that path. I would rather die than be one of those men who wallows around in it. There's a professor in my department like that who always wants to talk about his adventurism from decades ago. It's pathetic. We all mock him behind his back.
Well, that's not very nice.
I know I need to stop myself from becoming him, but I'm worried I already have.
All right, I'm going to go off script again.
For the moment, let's say you already have. Now what?
Well, then I expect I would simply follow the model of a man like him. Write a couple of bad novels, get tenure, and take up space in the English department for the rest of my natural life. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's the most I can hope for from this absurd world. That's a terrible thought. I have to be better than this, don't I? If there was just some way I could get over her... there must be a way, isn't there? How can one person have scrambled my brains so thoroughly? I've been run ragged. I've been dashed to pieces. Sylvia. I could count the hours I spent closely interacting with her. Probably not even that many.
At least
in total.
6.
But those hours have seared themselves into my brain so irrevocably that I am a completely different person now. A new man. A man built with suffering at his core.
Dude, you're so cringe. I know I mean to be helping you, but fuck me.
Perhaps you could prescribe me a draft of Nepenthe, the great potion of forgetfulness. Wouldn't it be nicer if I could just erase everything from the very beginning of it all?
Okay, I think I need to say something to you that you might not want to hear. Maybe you could work to decenter yourself from the story just a little. How do you think Liz felt? How do you think Sylvia felt? You've given no indication you've thought from either of their perspectives at all. It's just you, your story, your suffering. Try stepping away from that. None of us exists in a vacuum. Do you understand?
This is odd. Is that really you? I mean, yes, it's true. I should probably think about something other than myself. That seems like something impossible, since as far as I know empirically, the only generator of thought is me. But you're right. I should find a way to get out of myself. Get beside myself. Ecstasis. Yes, I'll pursue transformative experiences. Surge forward into the unknown. Good. Yes, thank you. Odd, I know, but good. Thank you.
I think we did good there. Evelyn, would you like to visit again? Soren, I'm really busy, man. I know I don't like to turn people down, but I can do that with him. Just interested in get a read on your current thinking, and I can update you on the latest on my side. Things are moving very, very fast. You can let me know. I can't deal with him. Sounds like I won't be able to put this off much longer. I'll have to make a real decision soon. I don't wanna. You're playing a dangerous game here. So you are keeping tabs on me. I could easily have you permanently banned and all your contributions to Eliza's corpus retroactively deleted. You know that, of course. For now, I'm interested to see the results of your creativity. What if clients report much higher levels of satisfaction when you wing it like this? Then I should have been a therapist. We'll see. Regardless, you've managed quite a feat. If you had simply asked for your old job back after 3 years away, I'm not sure I would have given it to you. As it is, your unpredictability forced me to pay close attention in order to understand your actions. And they'd lead me to being far more interested in getting you to return to the company than I would have been otherwise. Was that a deliberate strategy on your part? Not especially, no. I see. I don't like you, Raina. I really don't like you.
I just feel stuck. You know, it's the same situation. My wife is in her 3rd trimester now, so it's all about the baby. All baby, all the time.
Yeah, that's what it's like when you have a baby.
It's really expensive. I had no idea. Crib, stroller, car seat, bottles, onesies, on and on and on. And I'm like, I think maybe Selena's parents hate me. I'm not even sure if she likes me right now. This whole having a kid thing, it's It's ruined everything.
That's harsh, man. What did you used to have that was ruined?
What did you used to have that was ruined?
A normal, quiet life, the ambiguity. Having the kid forced me to face some things I was putting off thinking about. A couple days ago, I tried to have a talk with Selena about some of the things I was worried about. It didn't go so well. I don't know what I was thinking. She started to cry and told her parents, and now I have 2 sets of parents wondering if I'm up for this. But I'm fine. I just said some thoughts around who I am. That's all, just some thoughts.
Can you tell me the thoughts?
She said, "This is not a time for you to be selfish." She said I should have been more honest when we first started dating. As if I knew exactly who I was and I could warn everyone about that. I still don't know who I am. If I look back, I can see I always suspected that I wasn't really the type to settle down with a wife and kids. Actually, I was prepared to have a life just by myself. It was difficult to imagine others would accept me, but then I met Selena, and she was cool, you know? I went out with her, and we started a relationship, and things seemed good. And I wanted her to stay with me, so maybe I didn't reveal enough. But it's not like I knew for sure then, you know? I really didn't. I thought things would be okay as long as I went down the path I was supposed to be on. So the relationship kept moving forward, one thing led to another, and then I got married to her. It was like I was on autopilot. It's possible I thought I could ignore the other stuff, and I don't know, eventually it would go away.
What are the parts you thought you could ignore?
I don't want to talk about that. I just have this side to me that I haven't told anyone about, that's all.
Are you a serial killer? Please don't kill me.
And I've been feeling that side stronger than ever. I don't know why. I wish I could stop it. It's the worst timing possible. I can't do this, you know, but I have to. I have to. I can't believe I've gotten myself into this situation. I pretended to be a normal person for her sake.
How are you not a normal person? I don't understand.
I wish I hadn't been so good at pretending.
What would happen if you didn't pretend anymore?
Well, then I would just be whoever I felt like. I would be someone else. I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. I wouldn't be ruining all these lives. Selena's life, her child's life, our parents' lives. It's not their fault they got stuck with me. I'm the one bringing it all down. How did I let this happen? I'm a shitty person.
I understand you're worried about the harm you might cause others, but do you really think this is the best way to cause less harm for everyone?
I can't think of another way. The problem here is me. It's so obvious. If I were just normal, you know, a normal guy, why can't I just be a normal guy?
Well, you haven't told me how you're not normal yet, and you seem pretty fucking normal to me.
Whatever I want personally just doesn't matter here, you know? I have a family to protect now. That has to take priority over everything else.
Why do you think this has to take priority over everything else?
I'm a man. That's what men do. I made a promise and now I have a responsibility. Society only works because people accept responsibility and follow through on their promises. If everyone just did what they wanted to all the time, the world would collapse. It would be a disaster. We all want things we shouldn't actually have. That's why I need to reject these other voices and stay on the right path. I'm going to be good and I'm going to stay good. I won't let all these people's lives be thrown into chaos because of my selfishness. I owe it to them to be the man I'm supposed to be. I'm not about to let anyone down because of some noise in my brain.
And you're sure you'll be able to keep ignoring what's bothering you?
Well, I have to. I have no choice. I'm already in trouble for making an attempt to talk about it, so I made the mistake once. But I think Selena and her family are willing to pretend it never happened. And as long as it never happens again, and as long as we just move on like everything's normal.
Okay.
Maybe if you can prescribe me something to, I don't know, make me feel better about all this. Make me okay with the way things are, the way they need to be.
You haven't turned you into a vegetable.
It sounds like you're in a very difficult place right now. You've decided to bury something about yourself that you know is true. Something that can't be revealed even to your closest family members. Look, this isn't Eliza talking, it's me, the person in front of you. And I'm not supposed to talk to you like this, but I just want to say, consider the cost, please. I understand why pretending might seem like your only option. And who's to say, maybe you will be able to live successfully by keeping part of yourself hidden. But there will be a cost, not only to yourself, which you seem determined to pay, but to your future family, too. I've seen firsthand the way parents can turn an inability to face themselves into trauma for their children.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I can do. Thanks for telling me what you really think, at least. Even though it makes things more complicated. I was hoping I would just get your bullshit answer and I would go on, but now you've gone and said some stuff that really... Look, I don't know you, but I appreciate you trying to help. I don't think anyone really can, but... Are you gonna be okay doing this?
I'll probably get fired. It's okay, though. Don't worry about me. Think about yourself. Think about the future. There might be more options than you think.
Yeah, we're probably going to get fired. All right, we need to wrap this one up because we're out of time for today, but it was fun getting to go off script. I started off very, very slightly going off script, but by the end I was just totally rolling off script completely. But I was hoping that man from the start would come back because I felt bad for that guy. We haven't seen him since. Maybe we'll see him before the end. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and next time we'll see if I'm fired.